Hi, my name is Yasser Khan. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about the 5 stages of financial independence. When you hear the stage financial independence, your mind may think about someone who's got millions of dollars stashed away. Some big shot who's always traveling, sipping cocktails, while someone else's definition may just be to have a good stable family life in their own home. Obviously, there isn't just that one definition of financial independence. When I was a student, financial independence at that time for me meant that I didn't have to work a job that I didn't enjoy or for a boss that I didn't like. Over time, your definition of financial independence may change. We are obviously living in very challenging, fast-moving times, and it's bound to change over the years as they go by. You may even change your definition for financial independence when you go from being single to getting married and settling down. So without much further ado, let's go through what I think are the 5 stages of financial independence. The first stage of financial independence is survival. At this stage, you make enough to pay your bills and get by on. You live paycheck to paycheck, you're not saving, and you make barely enough to cover your expenses. You're also very dependent on your job. At this stage, if you don't work, you don't eat. At this stage, you have a negative net worth, so nothing in the asset column, and your balance sheet will look something like this. Nothing in the asset columns, lots of liabilities, personal loans, student loan, car finance, etc. At this stage, you'll be only paying off the minimum payments on your credit card debt, so it may take a long time to pay them off. To be honest, that's a very typical picture, especially just after you've graduated. Here in the UK, for example, a newly graduated doctor earns just about £25,000 a year. The only way to get past this stage is to create a surplus in your budget, either an increase in income or decrease your spending. You could get a side hustle, you can get a raise at work. I remember when I first started working, my friend Lauren would work with me 9 to 5 and then deliver pizzas for Domino's. She was always cash positive and she even saved up enough to get her flat in no time. Recently we know about Gymshark founder Ben Francis, who used to be a pizza delivery boy and went on to found multi-million sportswear company Gymshark. Or you can even go to the extremes of moving back in with your parents if they would put up with you. Most people are able to get beyond this first stage just by decreasing their spending, being mindful about where they spend, and trying to decrease their debt. If you have already done all of this and got that side hustle, maybe you need an extra stream of income to create that surplus for you so you can start investing. Okay, once you are no longer living paycheck to paycheck and you've created that surplus amount of money that you can invest, you can move on to the second stage. The second stage is progress. Congratulations! If you've reached this stage, you're already ahead of more than 70% of Americans who are still living paycheck to paycheck. At the progress stage, you are able to save more money and pay more than the minimum payment on your debt. Your assets are going up and your liabilities are going down, meaning your net worth is going up. You're moving in the right direction towards financial independence. Typically, your net worth is still negative and close to zero. You have assets in the asset columns, maybe $1,000 in savings or $5,000 in your 401k, and you still have liabilities like your student loan and your car finance. However, at the progress stage, your debt will start to go down quicker. As you're paying off more than the minimum payment on your debt, you're actually starting to pay off the principal debt. At this stage, if you lost your job or you have to stop working for whatever reason, you can still be financially independent for at least a month or 2. It's a good place to be. The third stage of financial independence is called debt-free. I reached this stage at university. I used to sell clothes on eBay, t-shirts to friends, and even flip domain names online. I used these side hustles to pay off my debt and make a surplus in my account. At this stage, your net worth starts to become positive. You have zero liabilities and a surplus of cash in the bank, and even some investments. If you're lucky enough to own a property, a home, I would not count that as debt, as usually if you sell that asset you could still realize a profit. By debt I mean student loans, credit cards, car finance. At this stage you don't have monthly payments going out, so you will have more cash to play with, to invest, to save. It's a great position to be in as you feel that burden lift and you can even treat yourself to a nice meal or nice pair of shoes every now and then. So I'm currently reading a book, Simon Sinek's Start With Why. It talks about leaders, corporations, and people in general. He says that if people really think about their why, it will motivate them to really work better towards their goals. And I think to get financial independence, think about your why. Do you want to do something for your family, maybe for a better future for your kids, or maybe you just want to have a nice secure family home, or maybe help your parents, pay them back? Whatever your why is, use that to help you to get financial independence. The next stage is called growth. By this stage, your cash flow is more than enough for your living expenses, and you are able to keep on adding to your savings and make more investments. Your balance sheet will look something like this. You'll have $15,000 in savings, $40,000 in a 401k. You'll have no liabilities. Once again, a home, I'm not really classing it as a liability, as usually if you sell the home, you do realize a profit. At this stage, you will also have 3 to 6 months emergency money set aside, a rainy day fund, just in case you need it. If you're interested in the stock market like myself, you may even be investing in shares which are giving you dividends, which is further exponentially growing your net worth. But remember, don't just buy shares because they're paying high dividends. That's a risky strategy sometimes. It's not always the best play. I will make another video about why investing in companies with high dividends may not always be the best idea. The fifth and final stage is called freedom. At this stage, your finances are in great shape and you don't have to worry about money. In this last stage of financial independence, in the freedom stage, you can live off your investments. Your net worth is very high and very positive. You have hundreds and thousands in savings. You have maybe $500,000 in your 401k at least. You own a property, amongst other investments. Don't let people tell you that it takes a long time and you'll be 60 by the time you get financial independence. It may seem like an unattainable dream, like it would never happen, but trust me, if you set your goals and you mindfully work towards becoming financially independent, you will get there. Over the years, you will move through these 5 stages of financial independence. It will take some time, but slowly and surely you will go through the stages and build up your financial independence. When I was a student, I never thought I'd get to that stage. You just need to set some goals and diligently work towards those goals, and over time you will go through the stages and become financially independent. Again, it's best to take the emotion out of it. Just remember, take action. Don't judge yourself too harshly. Just slowly and surely work towards financial independence. You can start now. Get your latest bank statement or go onto your app and have a look at your latest financial statement, your latest bank statement, and start looking at your ins and outs. Where can you improve? Where have you been spending more recently? And get going. If you found this video helpful, drop a like. If you're interested in business, finance, or making money, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the comment box below. Let me know about some of your goals and ways that you're going to go about achieving financial independence.